in for the Dr. Sam Show every Sunday morning at 11 a.m. Inspirational prescriptions for your heart, relationships, money, mind, and soul. The Dr. Sam Show every Sunday morning, 11 till 12:30, right here on Talk Radio 100.7.
For our troops and their families, the military is more than.
How are you this morning?
Good, sir. How are you?
Every
Good.
single along the way,
Good, too.
USO's
You guys stay out. This is Engineer Daniel.
How you doing? Nice to meet you. Nice to meet you.
Yeah.
Janet,
how are you?
Good morning. How are you?
Would you like to sit down?
Tons of programs.
Yeah, if you want.
What to wear, what not to wear, knowing that
Okay.
those will be life after the military.
For over 70 years, the USO has continued to meet the needs of our
It's like,
troops and their
no
families.
matter how much
Standing with them.
sleep I get or whatever, about this time, we would just last goodbye. I could take a nap.
How are you, sir?
I'm just along to carry your coffee.
Oh, okay. That's an important job, Chris. Do you want us to talk about this first?
Well, how are you? It's your show. I'm ready for you.
All right,
I'm
we'll
on
talk
this-
about this first. And
I'm
then
on this
More
one.
today
Yes, ma'am.
at USO.org.
You want to stand up? Or
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
The next time you finally get around to rearranging
one
that
have
messy
arthritis
closet or cleaning
sometimes.
up the garage, why not
Yeah.
also set aside time to put your financial house in order and become more
How you doing? How you
financially
doing?
responsible?
Dan.
There are several steps you can take to
Nice to
organize
meet
your
you. Nice to meet
finances,
you.
which can
Nice to
save
meet
you
you too.
money
Are
and
you-
financial
Do you have a
success in
video
the future.
feed too?
While
or
you're
you-
taking the time to analyze
I'm
your
sorry.
financial situation, take a look
I'm
at
just
your
curious,
credit
do you have a
report to
video
show
feed?
Yeah, we're live.
Okay, is that okay?
paying
I'm
bills
sorry.
on time and
I
paying
didn't-
down your outstanding credit balances.
I still don't have anything.
Okay, that's a Facebook. So I got you
And more
good.
efficient process. Organize your financial paperwork and discard obsolete documents, but don't leave yourself open to ID theft. Be sure to dispose of all unnecessary documents by shredding them.
You
For
want
more
to
tips on how to clean up your finances, call the National Foundation
Yeah,
for
that's
Credit
fine.
Counseling today
That's fine.
at
As long as you talk directly
1-800-398-2227 or visit them online at nfcc.org. A public service message from the NFCC.
The Dr. Sam Show, Sunday is 11 a.m. to 12:30. Talk Radio 100.7.
And we're back. For those of you that are just tuning in, welcome to the Dr. Sam Show. I am your host, confidant, and friend. Best friend, I might say, in the whole wide world in the U.S. of A. Dr. Sam, we've had a great show talking to the experts today, my Dr. Sam Show personalities. I had Delanita Ash. She did Beauty and Wellness. I had Miss Rhonda, our money coach Cobb. She does finances and money management for us. And also I had Marco, the fitness, nutrition, and godfather of soul in the building. And we had a great time. I appreciate all of them. And you'll be hearing even more of them. They already featured on the radio show, but we're going to be doing more things like this because I want to get the knowledge out. And I like, sharing that with everybody. Well, we're on Facebook Live today for the first time. I've recorded these, but somebody built up my bravery to put it on Facebook today. I don't know if I was crazy or them, but we doing it. But in the building, I have the Honorable Mayor of Toledo, Ohio, Miss Paula Hicks Hudson in the building today. Your Honorship. Is that
Stop,
How are you?
I'm good.
How are you today?
I'm good, thank you.
Yeah, we're glad to have you here today, and we're here to talk about a few things. And I am going to ask you that question about playing that organ at your church because I'm really interested in that. And so we want to talk about a project that the city of Toledo has coming up actually tomorrow, May 8th. It's the 2017 MBE project, an opportunity. Can you talk about that a little bit?
Absolutely. We're going into our construction season at our water treatment plant and some other construction and other things that we do. So since I've been mayor, I have annually had a meeting or an opportunity for MBEs, DBEs to come and meet with members of our different departments so that they can know what opportunities that they have in order to get work with the city. And so that's going to happen tomorrow at the main library. It starts at 5 o'clock and it'll go to about 7:30, or as long as people want to stay that have questions and be able to network. So I'm really excited about it.
That's good. And this event is held down at Toledo Lucas County Public Library on Main Street at 325 Michigan Street at the McMaster Center. I know exactly where that's at down there. And I was looking at the flyer for where it's seeking. Is it just seeking companies or seeking people in these trade skills of carpentry, electricians?
It's a combination of both.
Okay.
If you're able to do the work, if you have carpenter skills, and you're not in a business, or you want to become a business, we're opening it up so we can really make sure that everyone has an opportunity to grow and develop in our community.
Okay.
So it's either companies or individuals.
The individuals has to be licensed.
Yes, they have to be licensed, and they have to meet our requirements of being able to be bonded and things like that. But
Okay.
yeah.
And for those of you that do this type of work, whether it's carpentry, being an electrician, a glazer, or iron worker, and that you're not licensed, events like this should encourage you to get licensed.
Absolutely.
You know.
That's one of the things that stops us so oftentimes is that we're not, the old word saying about being proper
Yes.
and in order. Well, that's what we have to be, is proper and in order. And so that's why this is important, that they're licensed, that they're bonded, and that we have all the things that we need. The other part too that's really important, and I think that I wanted to bring up, is not only about construction works, but also we have a need for different supplies and other kinds of goods and services, and the people who want to know about that can come tomorrow as well. And last but not least, since we just got rid of all that, hopefully all that rain, the grass is growing, so we need mowers. Anyone that's interested in doing lawn service and cutting grass for us, they're also invited to come.
Oh man, wonderful,
Yeah.
wonderful. Who is this? Is this totally the city of Toledo that
Yes.
is sponsoring this whole?
Yep, it's just
event?
us. It's
Oh,
just
okay.
the City of Toledo tomorrow.
Oh, okay.
Office of Diversity and Inclusion, which is it used to be called the Affirmative Action Office, but we changed the name to Diversity and Inclusion. So they're doing it with with all of our departments that hire contractors, and we need folks to help us do the work that we do.
Okay, wonderful, wonderful. I'm standing here talking to our Honorable Mayor, Ms. Paula Hicks Hudson, and we're talking about the 2017 MBE project and opportunities that are there for companies and people that are in trade skills. And I'm looking at carpenter, electrician, finisher, glazer, laborer, mason, millwright, operating engineer, painter, and so on and so on. The event is tomorrow, Monday, May 8th from 5 to 7 p.m. It's in the Toledo, Lucas County Public Library and at the main library at 325 Michigan Street,
Yeah,
Toledo,
downtown.
Ohio.
Yep,
Downtown.
McMaster's.
Okay, man, that's good. Okay, Mayor, I got a couple of questions for
Okay.
you. This is not marriage type questions. Just I want to know first about the organ we was talking about. Me and Janet here. For those of you who know Janet Schroeder, who travels with her, she is not on the mic, but she is here smiling.
Yes,
Is
she always
good,
smiles.
and so yes, that's good. That's always
Yeah.
good to have people to smile. We were taught. She told me, well, she can't come. You couldn't come earlier,
Right.
Because you had played the organ at the church.
Right, I'm the minister of music at Redeemer Lutheran Church out on Upton, and so our service was today. It's First Sunday, so you have to be at church on First Sunday, so I couldn't come.
Yeah, I didn't get mad. Like, what I'm gonna tell them, man? How dare her? I want to go.
That's what keeps me sane. That's what keeps me going.
I hear that, and so for those of you who didn't know, she might take some outside engagements if you pay her enough. She got Janet here and Clint, and we got both of them here. So if you want to, she gonna be high though. I'm telling you, I'm not gonna let her myself go for less than 5,000 for 30 minutes.
I don't know about that. But I have to. Truth, I don't get to play the organ anymore because I don't get to practice like I used to. So I'm on a keyboard right now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so it's not the organ. I used to do the organ all the time, but not anymore.
Well, that's fine. I write songs,
Oh, you
sing,
do?
and produce, but I can't play an instrument. I'm kind of like
Oh, wow.
Michael Jackson used to be like that.
Yeah.
I can hear it.
Yes.
The whole song in my head. I can tell you what beat. I can go tell you. You remember Marvin Gaye right here in '73 on this sing?
Yeah.
I can do that, but I can't actually play it. But I can tell you how to play it.
Oh, well, it's funny because we were just working on a song this morning, so we meaning the guy, I call them the guys in the band, and we're going to try to put it together for one of our services.
Oh, okay, that's
Yeah.
wonderful, wonderful. Now, this gonna be a little bit of mayorship type question.
Okay.
How does it feel to actually be mayor of a mid-metropolitan city like Toledo? I mean,
Yeah, well, there are days when it is nonstop. When you get up and you're moving from the time you get up to the time you until I go to bed at night. But for me, it's exciting because each day is a different day. And as long as I'm working toward what I believe is what's best for our city, not only today, but moving into the future, then, you know, it's important. It's hard work. It's not, you know, a lot of people think it's, oh, this is easy. Some of the kids, when I go out to schools, they ask me, do I live in a mansion, or do I have a limo, or, you know, do I have bodyguards and those kinds of things. And that's all the glamour that you kind of see on TV, but it is really the day-to-day operations of a major multi-million-dollar corporation.
Yes.
And although we're not for profit, we're for service.
Yes.
And being for service requires that we do our very best. And so I'm dealing with what I call mayors of the mayors of Christmas past, where some of the things that they did are still, you know, part of this administration that we're trying to improve and update. And so sometimes it's like pushing a glacier
Yes.
with a teaspoon.
Yes.
And then there are times when it comes together and it's exciting, because, you know, one of the initiatives that we have, Engage Toledo, which was a major undertaking where you would call into the city, and I used to call it 936-2020 black hole, because your complaint would go into the city and it might get lost because no one, I don't think no one wanted to take responsibility, but I thought you had it, and someone else thought, well, I thought you had it, and so we now have a system where we're able to track it.
Yes.
That took about a year to get it up and running, and that's one of, I think, the hallmarks of what we've been able to do to be more responsive to our citizens. That's a good thing.
Yes.
You know, and so for me, when I weigh the pros and the cons, I see more of the pros, that we're moving the city forward. We're paying attention to our neighborhoods as well as to downtown. We're paying attention to safety. You know, it's a hard struggle because you've got knuckleheads who think, well, if I don't like you, I'll shoot you. And those kinds, and the opiate issues that we have, those are the hard things that we have to work on. But now I have a clear understanding of what I think we need to do, and really to bring all of our partners into play to help us put together a strategic plan that we can work from and make sure that we don't get diverted from other things.
Yes, and Mayor, I appreciate that. I wanted to ask that question for that exact point.
Yeah.
A lot of times people do think something is easy. By the way, could you give me their names and phone number? I want to bring them on the show, but I need to ask them some questions. And thinking this job is easy, and asking that, a lot of times people don't understand that just because you're married, you're not human, and you have things you in your life you want to do or are dealing with yourself, and you're not here to fix all problems.
No, and in fact, one of the things that I have to do, you know, we talked about relationships and who we are as individuals. I have to remember that this issue was there before. It's complex. Let's just work on it a piece at a time to make it, you know, to fix it. But it's not something that you can just do immediately. Or the other part is that folks think that, oh, my issue is the only thing that's in front of the mayor, and I have a board in my office that I have 4 or 5 things on it. But if you see all of the other, and it's not a visioning board, it's to keep me on a focus board. But if you look at all the other parts that are underneath it, it looks like a crazy roadmap. And I think people just, but I also say that most people understand that, and they realize that it's a tough job, and they realize that it's a community kind of effort that we have to do. City of Toledo today is not the City of Toledo 20 years ago. It's definitely not the city 50 years ago. And it shouldn't be the city 20 years from now. We have to think not only about what's the past, but also we have to embrace the future.
Yes.
And so marrying both those together is interesting to do.
Well, Mayor, I know your time is short, so I only got 2 more questions for you. 2 more questions. The first question is, you're the second female or woman mayor we had. It was Donna Owens back from 83 to 89.
Yes.
And how does it feel not only be the second one, but the first African-American woman mayor in this city?
I'm humbled. I really am humbled by that position, because it's like history. And I never intended to be, I'm the one that's in the background doing the work, making sure that things happen, not being in the forefront. But I believe that we are called to certain times and certain places. And so this is my time to be here in this seat, to do what, you know, and I'm going to say what God has called me to do.
Yes.
And it's not just because I left church or anything like that, but I do believe that you all have a calling on our lives.
Yes.
And so if we are obedient to that calling, then we will, you know, do what we're supposed to do. But this being the second female, first African American female, Jack Ford is really the reason why I sit here as the mayor today, because he put it on me that, you know, history will not treat you well if I didn't run that first time,
right,
back in 2015. And so, and he also said that what will little girls, African American girls, think about it if you walk away from this? Will they say that, oh, it's too hard, so I'm going to quit? And so sometimes you have to take on those challenges, not for yourself, but for all these other people, because someone paved the path for me to be standing here today. It was Jack, I believe. Jack Ford is the first African American mayor,
yep,
and some other people. There's some names I could name of women who were first in this community, who mentored me, who have provided me with good counsel. So if I walked away from that, what could I say to my granddaughter?
Yes.
Or to the other little girls that come up to me and ask me some of the funniest questions, but then also tell me, I'm going to be the mayor. I'll say this real fast. When I got sworn in, the very first, after the November election in 2015, there was a little girl. She probably wasn't even 5 years old in the audience, and when I walked in, she said, "Hi, Mayor Paula." And afterwards, the swearing-in ceremony, I got to talk to her, and she said that she had planned to be the first girl mayor, but that it was okay for me to be the first girl mayor. What do you say to that?
Yes.
So that's my life, you know. It's that I believe in servant leadership.
Yes. That
I'm a servant. I'm not a slave, but I'm a servant.
I get it. I know Timothy and Paul said that.
Yeah.
I get it.
Yeah, and that means that we have to do what's right not for me. It's not about me. It's really about what we do to move the community forward. So I'm a little different than the other folks who are looking for this office. I believe it's a collective work. It's all of us working together. It's not me by myself, but as the head of this corporation, I do have to provide guidance, and I have to hold folks accountable that we do what we say we're going to do, and that is to have a safe, livable city,
yes,
where you can drink the water, that you don't have to worry about some of the things that other places have to worry about. We're very blessed in Toledo.
Yes,
we don't think about it, but we are really blessed, and we just have to keep that in the forefront, regardless of what other people say or do.
Yep, I totally agree with that. As somebody that's been a lot of places in the world, we are tremendously blessed here, and not only in Toledo, but in the United States.
That's right.
Even though sometimes it look like we're not,
right,
we really are. Once you do travel outside the country, you'll see
right,
really how we are.
Yep.
Well, I got one more question, last but not least. You want to hang around? And just
yeah, I'm good, because I mean, my hard stop was I can't just jump up and run away if the minister hasn't given the benediction. I mean, I can't do that.
All right, put your hands down. We ain't dismissed yet. This is my last question.
Okay.
Before I say that, I'd like to say, as we get closer to re-election, you're free to come on the show,
sure,
and we can
I'd
talk
love to.
and do what we need to do, and all that good stuff that goes with it.
I will do that, because I think we have to get our story out. There are so many good things happening. I'm gonna say this real fast. Yesterday, our water department, they were down at Imagination Station showing young people, because it was Water Day.
Yes.
And they were showing young people about how we tap pipes and things like that. And that was downtown. At Frederick Douglass, there was a group of people with Timacod, the Junction community. They were showing folks about how to conserve, making rain barrels. So those are little, when folks say there's not stuff to do in the city,
yes,
they're just not looking in the right places.
Yes.
We have on our website, and under the Youth Commission, an interactive map that shows all kinds of stuff you can do. So, I mean, I can just run my mouth all day about all the good things that are happening here that I'm not doing, but other folks are doing.
I got one last question.
Oh, okay.
I said two, this is only second one. If you could ask God one question, what would it be and why?
Oh my, if I think it's the question about why does God love me so? I don't know if you heard me.
To say that again.
Why does God love me so?
So that's a good question.
Yeah, why? because we are sinners. We're saved by grace. We forget that God is God. We take it on ourselves and we act like we can do it when all He asks is that we just rely on Him. And I think that would be the question. Why do you love me? And I'm such a hard-headed person who knows, who believes, but then I don't act it all the time.
Yes, that is wonderfully said. Mr. D was just telling me if we wanted to take church over a little bit, we could. That's what he's whispering in my ear. He said, "You the marital leader. What else we got to do?"
Well, one last thing.
Go ahead.
One last thing I do want to kind of promote is that one of our challenges and opportunities in this community is that we have a high incidence of childhood obesity. We have a high incidence of infant mortality. So we're working on an initiative, and it's very early. I mean, I just know it's in my head, and we've got to come up with the plan and everything, which makes everybody that works for me crazy, because I say we have to do this, and I tell them they have to figure it out. But we're going to I'm going to start a walk this Wednesday at 5:30 in the Middle Grounds. It's going to be walk and talk with the mayor, but it's to highlight the fact that we need to get outside. We've got all these wonderful metro parks, city parks, opportunities to see nature, and also have an opportunity to talk about some of these things that we're talking about and answer questions one-on-one. So it's going to be at 5:30 at the Middle Grounds this Wednesday, and it's walk with the mayor, and we're going to do it at least twice a month. I'm going to try, but my schedule is
Your schedule every Wednesday.
Every Wednesday
at the Middle Grounds. So every Wednesday at 5:30 at the Middle Grounds, which is good because I need to get out and walk out. So I'm not saying about somebody else. This is something that I need to do, and also I think it's an opportunity for us to not sit but to walk and talk.
Hey, man. I feel like church up in here. I appreciate that. I started to laugh about the walking part there. I looked in the mirror this morning. I can't do that.
Yeah, I can't. I have to. I mean, it's something. I don't know if it was last Sunday or Sunday before last. I went to celebrate the 75th anniversary of this show that has polka music. It's been on the air for 75 years. So afterwards, they were polka dancing. I couldn't dance. I mean, I danced for like 2 minutes. I was like,
You want to know something? Miss Sharon, I call her personally the queen of 100.7.
Yeah.
I deemed her that. Her show was on before mine. So we seen hug, and she said the mayor was at the polka thing doing polka.
I was trying.
So, and she said you did a good job. She was shocked. She was shocked now, but she said you did a good job, and she was happy. They came out and they've been on the air for 70 years. So it's she's so funny. Yeah, and we couldn't get out there, to the polka thing. And but she said you did a great job.
I tried.
And she said the mayor came and we got the polka going on. I was laughing inside.
You could have laughed out loud too, buddy.
I said she was out polka. I said, all right, I got you. So. She did mention that, so that's good. That's great, and I'm so glad that you came here today. Honest from my heart, I really am.
Thank you.
Janet, me and Janet been corresponding back and forth. We almost second cousin on both our family sides. Clint, we appreciate you, buddy. Clint say all I do is carry coffee. I said, man, you got one of the greatest jobs in the world, because if you're gonna carry coffee for the man. Don't care for nobody else. So,
Janet.
Huh?
Janet, not me.
Would you?
I didn't have coffee for her.
He carried coffee for Janet. Wow, Janet, that's why you my new best friend in the whole wide world. I need maybe to get a car or something to carry that to drive, but I don't need the coffee. I don't drink coffee, but I want to say we appreciate all of you coming. And Mary, do you have anything else that you want to leave before we go?
The only thing I would say is that we need to be kind to one another and to just give people a chance to be who they are. And I appreciate you. I appreciate the articles that you have in the Truth
Journal.
In the journal. Ooh, in the journal. Sorry.
Hey, we all family.
Yeah. and reading those, because I think relationships is really what makes the world go around. And if you don't know someone, or you don't have a relationship with them, you're going to be suspicious, and that's not good for us.
Yeah, this show is built on the core. My philosophy is that everything starts with relationship, whether it's a wife, a husband, a job, an opportunity, kids, a vision, whatever it is for you. it starts everything from relationships. So that's where we like to stick with that and branch out on some things.
And that's what I'm hoping that we can do with tomorrow with this MBE opportunity, is to build those relationships between minority and DBE businesses with our folks, so that we can really drive development for everybody in the city of Toledo and Northwest Ohio.
All right. And for those of you that just tuning in, I am talking to the Honorable Mayor of Toledo, Ms. Paula Hicks Hudson. And we're talking about the 2017 MBE project. And it's tomorrow, Monday, May the 8th from 5 to 7 at the Toledo Lucas County Public Library, the main library downtown. It's at 325 Michigan Street in the McMaster Center. And come, for those of you that have businesses or that are licensed in the trade, come and be a part of this. You can get some good information. And it says right here too, for more information, the RSVP, you can please call Dawn at 419-290-2583. Well, I want to say from the Dr. Sam Show, we appreciate you, Mayor. You guys, Janet and Clint, you guys are always welcome back here. For anything, we always here to help, and we just want to say we love you and love Toledo, Ohio. And this is from Mr. D, my engineer extraordinaire, and the rest of the Dr. Sam Show personalities. We appreciate you.
Thank you.
Well, this is Dr. Sam Show. We have just had the wonderful Mayor of Toledo, Ms. Paula Hicks Hudson, and I just want to say next week, we're doing a one-on-one with Mr. L.J. Hamilton. We're going to be talking about L.J.'s journey. We're going to be talking about love, relationships, and laughs. And we're going to do a one-on-one. We're going to dig into behind the man. And I want to tell you to tune into this show at 11 a.m. next week. Check me out on the website, www.thedrsamshow.us or .us. I feel so much love from you. That's why I put the .us instead of .com on the back. And also, you can check me out in the Toledo Journal under Ask Dr. Sam every Wednesday, where I'm coming out with columns talking about a relationship from your heart, money, mind, and soul. And also, you can check me out on the TCT Network every Saturday night from 9 p.m. to 10 in front of 75 million plus people out of Detroit, Michigan. And also, last but not least, check out our podcast. You can go to the website, or you can go to the Dr. Sam Show Facebook page and press like and check out all the shows I have all the way back to August 2nd of 2015. Hey, I just want to tell you that I love you. I encourage you to live your life to the fullest. We are here for you. Remember, the number is 419-972-1-SAM. If you have any questions, comments, or concern, we're out. I'll talk to you next week. I love you. Peace.
Would you mind, can you share your podcast so we can broadcast
Tune in for the Dr. Sam Show every Sunday morning at 11 a.m. Inspirational prescriptions for your heart, relationships, money, mind, and soul. The Dr. Sam Show every Sunday morning, 11 till 12:30, right here on Talk Radio 100.7.